it's Jen from Catascrapdesigns. How's everybody doing today? I hope everyone's doing well. I have here my latest journal that I finished that I wanted to share with you and do a quick flip through. This is a small sewing journal. So it's not a huge journal, but it is a sewing journal. So it has pattern paper throughout. So, and you'll see the music paper behind it. And then this was actually Mod Podged on here. And then on the front we have, and I'll show you when I take this off, this is not attached. It's a piece of lace. It kind of looks like a clutch. But it's, so over here, underneath here is the sewing pattern paper and the music sheet paper. And then we have lace over here. Inside we have a little pocket. The inside has a pocket that is holding this vintage rickrack, just for journaling space here. And then we have a pin with some beads, some fabric here. We have fabric lace here, and then this lace is glued down, but underneath here is the pattern paper as well. So the whole book was the pattern paper, and it was sewn around, and it was Mod Podged to stay on because it was very very thin. You know how that the sewing pattern paper is. So I wanted to just secure that so we didn't poke holes or anything like that in there. So when you open it up, again, you're gonna see the paper. We have some lace up here. We have an old vintage sew-on snaps that is pinned to the lace. We have another pocket here, which just has some thread for show. That's in here. Over here we have some lace again. You could pin anything through here if you wanted to. And then we have the journal. So this is actually glue. I glued this back here. This is an old vintage rickrack. What do you call it? Tag? Not a tag. Where the rickrack was, the packaging. So the rickrack packaging, and this is from 1966. So I left this in here. You can put anything in here if you wanted to put a picture of something. You can do that. And it's on dyed paper. Then we have book page from a knitting book. We have some ephemera here from an old, I don't know what catalog it is, but it's very old. It looks like it's fabric. And when you open it up, it's just glued on here. And I left a little pocket again for journaling space. So for the vintage rickrack, it was plain back here. I figured this could be room to journal, so I left that there. This is more book page from a sewing book. Then we have more of the bobbin with some thread, just paper clip there on lined paper. We have more book page with a measuring tape, paper measuring tape on top. And then we have coffee dyed paper. This is glued down, but this is what I was talking about on that other page. It's open over here. So I just put a piece of ephemera in here, and you could do the same thing with what was up there on the first page, and it folds back like this and it'll stay like that. So this is a vintage piece of packaging as well, old seam binding. Talent tapes, yes. Then we just have some ledger paper with a piece of ephemera on here, music sheet paper. Then we have more seam binding. This had stuff on the back, so I just glued it down for decoration. So it's glued on one side over here. You can open it. You could write over it if you wanted to. More book page. And this is a book page about a pattern. More pattern book page from a sewing book. Then we have some ledger paper. And then this opens out on the ledger paper. We have a piece of ephemera that I put down over here. We have another piece of book page that talks about fabric and sewing machines. And this is the middle of the signature. And in the middle of the signature, I have two charms, measuring tape and a pair of scissors. That's in the middle. And we'll go through the other half. Ledger paper, coffee dyed. Book page from a sewing book. Pattern from a sewing book. Coffee dyed paper. And it opens up out here, and we have a piece of ephemera of an old sewing machine right there. Sheet music, some ledger, some coffee dyed paper, some more book page, some lined paper, and we have just a piece of rickrack that's just paper clipped in there. You could write in here and then put it back. This isn't as vintage as the other. It's from 1986. So I just have that in here. We have more book page from a sewing book. More of my dyed paper. We have more book page about knitting, needles, and accessories with a bobbin with some thread on it. That's just paper clipped in. Then we have a piece of ephemera over here, and when you open it, there's a little pocket in the back. It's on avocado dyed paper, and we have the in the pocket we have some seam binding labels. This is from 1971, so it's just a piece of ephemera inside the pocket. Then we have another piece of ephemera that's paper clipped in, Betsy Ross trimmings. You could see the old yellow. I didn't have to ink this. That's true yellow. But you could use this for journaling space nonetheless. So this is paper clips into the last page, which is just lined paper here. We have a piece of fabric here lace here, I'm sorry. And on here is just pinned some snap fasteners, old vintage snap fasteners. So that's pinned. And then in the back we have a pocket, and I just put a piece of paper so you could journal on. You could stick any paper back there, but this is a pocket back here. And being that we Mod Podged it, it's not as delicate as it was before we Mod Podged it. And we have another pocket. Oh, this one in the front here has another piece of paper for coffee dyed paper for journaling. So that's another pocket that you can store stuff. And this is the sewing journal. So I hope you enjoyed that. And I just want to thank you for watching and sticking around. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section below as usual. And again, I thank you for being with me and watching my video. You guys have a wonderful day. I will talk to you all soon. Bye.